Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And when you see Devontae Parker in a uniform, you expect big plays from him. Remember, he was the 14th overall pick out of Louisville in 2015. Hasn't quite reached those heights, but he's a huge red zone threat.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Carson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And now they'll throw with Allen. But he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. On first down, Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. A look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
On second down, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
He's taken down by Bobby Wagner. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Allen's pass, incomplete. Intended for Mercedes Lewis.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted spotted at the 14-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Ravens to start things out. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
On the ground, this is Michel. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 1, Rodgers caught by the tight end Watson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Let's go!
The numbers for him from a week ago, 6 catches, 110 yards in the score.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
Check down. 319.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Yes, sir.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen, he's got Thompson here, complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's going to get this to Austin, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To Thompson on the draw. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This is Carson, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, and that will be incomplete.
Intended for Tavon Austin. Incomplete.
That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Let's get it.
And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
Out wide, they have A.J. Green, who can run every route you want on the route tree and take the top off the defense with his speed and has the length to go over the top of people to catch the ball. But maybe the most impressive thing about him, the only wide receiver ever to be a Pro Bowler in his first 7 years in the NFL.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Ravens.
Off the draw, here's Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the starting lineup here defensively for Pittsburgh. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You've got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And again, it's Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
A 30-yard attempt.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Allen going to throw. He finds his man. It's Austin. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him the question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. Now Allen. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and this is caught by Winton, the tight end. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Snap comes at 1. And able to find Green. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 12.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action. Now Rodgers. Looking. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Allen to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Rodgers now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Caught by the tight end Watson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target. 3rd down here. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
A gain of 12.
Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
On first down, Drake. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He is taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
6-man.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 22, Rodgers finding Green complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers going to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he's got his tight end, Watson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Benjamin Watson. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Roses now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's got it complete to Thompson.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Here's Allen. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Got a man, that's Allison. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Rodgers now on first down. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Rodgers. The quick slant caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
319. Watch 54. Watch 54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the
And they will run it with Michelle. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Michelle on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Sony Michel. His 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep here for Parker. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside of the 30. Throwing is Rodgers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the 24, Allen, and he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
Allen now on 1st down. It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Right here.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the delay, here's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
At the 49-yard line.
Mike is a 50. Check my 50. I got you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen looking left sideline, incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Rodgers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Following the penalty, Michel. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Drake, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Number 32, Drake, the ball carrier. Tackled by Morgan Burnett. It's a gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Going for it all. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And he keeps 6 points up. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. Well, one of the few things that's gone right for them. Likely a little too late, but maybe a little feather in their cap.
I think so, and to me, they played that play without looking at the scoreboard, without worrying about where they were in the score, because things haven't gone right, as you noted, for them much of this game. But they gave great effort there and picked up a defense that's had a share of troubles in this one.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball will get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Allen again, and he's got Hireman. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be done.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Right here. Dead, baby.
3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
319. 54 Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
First down, Baltimore.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
And it's Michel once again. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Michel. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Again, it's Michel. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
First down.
Now a draw play with Drake. He's taken down at the 7th after a gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
7-yard line.
This is caught. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
You can't block me.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
On 2nd and goal. Rodgers got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's at least.
She's on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Push it back.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Allen's throw is complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Great coverage there all around. And look at this. It's a fake.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball. We got a runner.
And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
On first down, Michelle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Let's get it together. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 16, Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10.
We played to win.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alshon Jeffrey, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Allen going to throw. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game. I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Allen. It's caught by Treadwell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Allen now looks to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the calendar change to October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.